Good evening, everyone. Welcome to EduTALK. EduTALK is a weekly virtual talk show created out of the need for a global learning community, and we focus on topics in education that directly impact Caribbean nations and diaspora nationals working across the globe. EduTALK features teachers, principals, business leaders, dignitaries, everyone who share their expertise on critical topics facing education today, with one common goal of moving education forward and our students upward. I'm your host. I'm Dr. Dwayne Dice, and I'm the CEO and founder of Education Solutions International. And I'm joined by Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue, and she is the regional director for Region 6. If you know Jamaica, Jamaica is divided into regions, so it's Region 6, and she is regional director for Region 6 for Heart NSTA Trust, because the change in name are almost messed up on that, because we're used to with our Trust NTA, but it's Heart NSTA Trust, and she is the regional director. She's also my classmate, and I'm very proud to have shared a classroom with Sasha back in the days, years now, when we were there developing our background to become masters with master in education. So Sasha, welcome to EduTalk, first timer.
Yes, I'm a newbie. Thank you so much for having me.
That's very nice, Sasha. So talk to us, because you're a regional director for Heart. Before you
Correct.
tell us about your professional and personal role in it, what is Heart NSTA Trust?
So the HEART is an acronym. Many people don't know that, and it stands for Human Employment and Resource Training. Now, you are indeed correct that we were once HEART Trust. There was always the NTA aspect as well, though, but the S that we have added was born out of a merger in 2019 between the HEART Trust, the Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning, as well as the National Youth Service and the Apprenticeship Board. So we took the S from NYS, the services component, and we added it in to ensure that we are an all-encompassing entity.
Oh, interesting. So
Yes,
I'm learning
yes.
about it too. That's very good. And you do training, vocational training, so and certificate.
Correct.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the difference.
So our role as the NTA is to provide technical upskilling and training for all working age Jamaicans or persons in the industry who have the knowledge of the skill, but you're just not certified. We have also expanded our services to provide grant funding support, entrepreneurial support, incubator technical support, just to name a few. And we now have the adult learning aspect to it through the the Jamal program that once existed back in the day. It is now called under HEART the High School Diploma Equivalency Program, where we help persons who are unable to read and write find their path to success. And we also help them to sit 5 6Cs, as well as, just transition into the ideal citizen worker. So we provide that kind of hand-holding, technical support, skills training, skills development. We are the Jamaican host for the World Skills Jamaica. So we play a major role in that as well, as it relates to technical vocational education and training, and just putting the skills training component on the global landscape.
Yeah, wow. So these certification have to do with people who already left high school, and some of them might not be able to read or write this particular part of it.
For HSDE, correct.
Right. Okay. So you're a regional director, and I really applaud you for your leadership.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an understatement to even talk or put words to it, to the work that you're doing and the development.
The team.
You
Yes.
pass through. All right. You call it the
Yes.
team, and you're leading a team of people who are willing to work and so on. But I'm talking about you. You don't like to take credit.
No.
You don't like to take credit. But I want to give it to you because I have watched you.
Thank
2
you.
years we work together in terms of studying together and developing our research and so on. And I watch you as a professional in your
Thank
craft. You explain things, or you reflect on research that we have read and the application you brought across to all of us. I can share that and also even share from other people's perspective too, because we have other
you.
our classmates in the class. So what is the drive that motivated you to become Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue? What's the drive behind that doctorate?
Thank you for that question, and thank you, of course, for the commendations. My first degree is in psychology. Many persons don't know. And I've always been interested in finding out how the mind works. Instead of doing guidance and counseling, which is the act and the activity of treating with persons in a particular state, the psychology aspect is the umbrella, and it allows you to find out, somebody's why and how. And it helps to predict, in some instances, what it is that they will do in a current situation or a future situation. So I was always intrigued by the mind. We've heard it many times that our mind is a terrible thing to waste, but it's important to find out what causes the kind of mechanisms in the mind to work. So that's where I started. And then, of course, the master's in education, teaching and learning, I believe complemented greatly that. Having the interest in the mind, then you want to be able to teach and impact in another way through teaching and learning. And then my doctorate is in counseling, because I have found that at the heart of it all, people want to be guided and counseled. People want to believe that no matter what sphere they are in life or what profession, that you are able to offer them some level of support. And I've proven over the years that irrespective of how qualified and competent people are,
Yes.
at the core is the human. There's a driving force, an innate ability that causes us to respond in certain settings, causes us to be able to work with a particular type of person. And if you're able as a counselor to coach, to guide, to mentor, you get more out of people that way. So hence the reason for going down that path.
Yeah, it seemed like a steady constant though with the counseling and the human resources.
Yes.
That drive it.
Sorry.
You are a really remarkable person in terms of inspiration, and I'm sure your mom, because you give credit to your mom too.
Yes.
Sasha, talk to us about the the motivation, okay? Because you talk about the journey, academic and professional journey,
Yes.
studies, but what's the motivation behind it? Because you grow up a certain way, you believe a
Yes.
certain thing, and you stay on that path for people and people facing. What's the
Correct.
motivation?
I think in order to answer that question, I want to go back to a nursery rhyme. When I was growing up in school, we used to say little gems in class. And my mother would, from a very early age, have me repeat these nursery rhymes. And one of them is labor for learning before you grow old. For learning is better than silver and gold. Silver and gold will vanish away, but a good education will never decay. And that was the foundation, in addition to God, that my mother gave me. And she reminded me often that I don't have the money to give you, but I'm going to ensure that you get a good education. And I would have grown up in poverty. When my mother, got her home, it was a little studio. We had no furniture, and she had a piece of sponge, Dr. Dice, and she laid on that and put me on her belly because she don't want her daughter to catch a cold. And though she was a teacher, trained teacher, it was difficult for her to get a job. So she would wash people dirty clothes, iron their clothes across the way. And I attended a prep school Because she still, even with that, wanted me to be in a particular type of environment, because from early she felt that, you know, your network determines your net worth. So from then, and I made a promise to myself and my mother that I would never do something twice that I could do once, because I knew that there was a cost factor to it. And my mother at that point just didn't have it. So that continues to be my motivation. Even though the Lord has blessed me now, I always know the importance of giving of your best. I don't have a team member that can say that I don't go down in the trenches with them. No matter the type of job, I am there in the field with you. Even though I'm at the strategic level, I think it's important to be at the operational level, because my mother taught me that. You get more out of people when you're rubbing shoulders with them in the gutters and the trenches, and you can relate, than me dressing up nice all the time under the AC and pointing and saying, oh, you do that. So my motivation truly stemmed from my upbringing, the values that my mother inculcated in me, to always strive to be the best version of myself. You're going to make mistakes, but your mistakes don't define you. And I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've learned from them. So that's my motivation.
That's pretty good. That's a mouthful, honestly. It's a mouthful. It's very good. Very, very good. So now you're in how long have you been in your position?
As regional director, from 2020, yes, I've been regional director.
And you're overseeing quite a bit of staff members, I presume.
Correct. One of the largest regions is Region 6. If you think about Clarendon and how expansive it is, and St. Catherine with Portmore in it, that has one of the largest communities, and is set and positioned to be one of the zones or free zones or one of our zones soon. You know, there's a lot that happens in both parishes, and I have the humbling task of serving in this vineyard.
That's very good. In the vineyard. So we talk about inspiration and so on. And recently you actually published your first, is that your first book?
Yes, it definitely is.
It's called, everybody, it's called Purposefully Pursuing Your Purpose. That's by Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue. I want you to talk about the book. Do you have a copy of it?
I don't have a copy with me.
All right. Well,
I don't have a copy with me.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go on what do they call it? Amazon. I thought you had a physical one too.
Yes.
But talk to us about it, because it's an inspirational book. It's a reflection for
31 days.
Yeah, just share a little bit about the content of it. Don't give away too much.
That's right. You know, leave persons wanting more. So the book provides an opportunity for you to be daily inspired. Many persons think that when I wrote that book, I was really speaking only to the reader, but I was also speaking to myself. It captures, you know, your thoughts and your feelings in a given time, the good days, the bad days, the bright days, the dull days, but it provides through all of that an avenue and a clear channel to just push through purposefully. There's a journaling section as well. So even as you read the quotes, you can write down how the quotes apply to you. You can write down things that you plan to do for yourself. But ultimately, what I want the reader to receive is that your future, your goal, your perception of a situation is in your hands. You are the hero that you're searching for, Dr. Dice. Yes. You know, you are the person, as you get up and you look in the mirror, look and see that, yeah, man, I'm a really big deal. So I just need to push through, and I believe this book provides a clear path to that.
Yes, very good. Very, very good. So guys, everybody, it's on Amazon. Is it only on Amazon or books?
For now, yes.
Amazon, get your copy. It's very affordable, honestly. And if you look at certain parts of it, each day you have a reflection, and you have and it's very grounded in everyday experience, what you're going through, in order to motivate you. throughout your day and throughout your month, so you can go over it and so on, and you can share it with people too. If you have
Yes.
church, if you have a school that you can talk to students, and God knows, Sasha, we do need
Yeah.
this for our students these days, when we look
Yes, correct.
the type of personalities and the type of mindset that we're getting in our school now, from teachers to students. We do need something like this. We talk
And
about
it's an
read.
easy read. I'm doing
Very,
it.
very
It's such
easy.
an easy read. Even your little child,
Yeah,
7-year-old, 8-year-old can appreciate, just the simplicity, yet the power packed,
yeah,
of the words on those pages.
yeah, yeah. That's very good. Pretty good. That are remarkable. I'm gonna put a copy of the book itself on our flyer and
Thank
give
you. Thank you so much.
quite a bit. Sasha, just talk to us, because we're winding down at the moment. It's very good to touch bases with you, in terms of sharing and getting people to understand who are the people out here doing the work. Um, what would you say to somebody if for example, you're meeting young people now in your organization, coming
Yes.
to get educated and get certified in certain areas? What are some of the things you would say to people if they say, okay, I don't have this, I can't make it through this, I don't know if I'm coming back next week, because I don't know where the means are coming from to get me through the next stage. What are some of the things that you say to people? Because I'm sure you meet these type of people who are struggling.
Quite often, quite often. The truth is that it is information that empowers people. And one of my roles when I meet with these persons is to provide them with the information that exists, whether it is to assistance in some way, shape, or form. Now, one of the wonderful things about HEART, and generally Jamaica's educational system now, is that there are a lot of things that are free. Free as it relates to them. For HEART, from levels 1 to levels 4, it's free for you to get into any program. We have residential facilities. You get 3 meals a day. You don't have to pay for any light, any water, any internet. Everything is provided for you. You just have to take yourself and your clothes, and all the training material is provided to you free at the cost of us, but to you free. But when I meet persons like this that are at a particular place, I first use the opportunity to inspire them, to remind them of their why. Because it makes no sense, even as the Bible says, and I always Bible it up, that you have to first take care of the need of the person before you even try to minister to them. If they're hungry, feed them first. So whatever the immediate need is, I try to assist with that first. It can be clothes that they need, food that they need. It can be different things, and I try to assist them, and that's why network is important. I also share with these young people. Sadly, many of them in their phones, all they have is Tantan, and then down the road, they don't have a justice of the peace or a notary public. They don't have the number of a pastor. They don't have a number of a teacher. And many of them don't understand that you're going to need a recommendation. So I try to take them through the steps of making themselves be seen, visible in a good way. So I told that team a little bit earlier that people judge us based on how we look.
Yes.
So I speak about the image,
Yes.
how we communicate, how we interact. And then I assure them that you are also in a judgment-free zone. So whatever you did the night before or second before is not important. It's the steps that you're going to take now to have a better future for yourself. So I'll just walk them through that process.
Yeah, very good. And if people are listening and they're wondering, is Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue a motivational speaker? You guess right. You guess right, because that's one of the things that she's super popular about in Jamaica. Very, very popular with this invitation to talk. What sort of events do you talk in? Is it just educational setting, or we have other ones such as social and so on? Give us some of the different areas that you talk through and in or avenues that you got invitation to talk and will get invitation to talk?
Okay, great. Education, definitely, because of the field that I am in. But in addition to that, I have spoken at different leadership conferences. I have spoken in church events, team members wanting to empower their staff, and I have been asked to be an empowerment speaker. I have spoken at schools, graduations, you name it. Different sessions as well, mediation sessions, wanting persons to, as a justice of the peace, just to guide them through that. So you name it, I have spoken at it. What is important for every presentation is preparation. So irrespective of where I'm asked to speak at, I prepare. It could be an award ceremony, it could be a wedding, it could, no matter what, I prepare. And that is key, preparation.
Yes. Very good. Sasha, it's really nice talking to you. And yes. I hope everybody gets something from this. And also, don't forget, go out and get your copy of the book, Purposefully Pursuing Your Purpose.
Pursuing Your Purpose.
Yes, PPP, Purposefully Pursuing Your Purpose. Go get your copy and then drop a review. Drop a review online about the book so that Sasha can say, okay, the next edition, I'll make sure that I include something of.
That's right.
Yeah, the reflection. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna keep you any longer. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dwayne.
For the new year that is coming up, and wonderful experience. Best of health, and I'll see you soon.
You too. Thank you, and thank you once more for everything.
Yeah, you're welcome. Viewers, this has been EduTalk. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for viewing. Thank you for becoming a part of this. And all the best for the week. All the best for the new year. All right, take care. We'll see you next week with another edition of EduTalk. Bye, everybody. See you soon.